welcome to Tim Conley Drums. Well, yesterday was an extremely special day, July 5th, 2025, in Birmingham, England, where Ozzy Osbourne played his last show. Now, he played this show 4 songs with Black Sabbath, and the songs that Black Sabbath played were War Pigs, Nib, NIB, Iron Man, and Paranoid. Those were the 4 songs that Black Sabbath played. Now, the actual place that they played at, Villa Park in Birmingham, is a really special place to Black Sabbath because they're all from Birmingham and they're familiar with Villa Park. And when they made it big, you know, and they were playing around Birmingham, I'm sure that was one of the places that they played, no doubt. So they were returning home and they did their final show back at home. Now, the best part about this whole thing for me is that the original Black Sabbath lineup was there. Bill Ward on drums. I was so thrilled to see Bill Ward on drums, and then he pulls his shirt off, and a shirtless Bill Ward trying to relive his days back in 1968, 1969, and 70 as the first shirtless drummer. He started it all. We wouldn't have the music we have today if it wasn't for Black Sabbath. So they were the first metal band, heavy band, whatever you want to call it. They started it all. Nothing would exist today if it wasn't for them starting it all off. So Bill Ward, drums, Geezer Butler, bass, Tony Iommi on guitar, and of course Ozzy on vocals. Now, Ozzy sounded great. If you got a chance to see the performance, it's the best that I've heard him sing in quite a long time. And I've seen Black Sabbath live, and he sang terrible when I saw him, but he sang great yesterday, which was fantastic. So he did 4 songs with Sabbath, and then the band changed. This was the surprising part. And he did 5 songs off of his solo albums. So the 5 songs that he did off his solo albums were I Don't Know, Mr. Crowley, Suicide Solution, Mama, I'm Coming Home, and of course ended with Crazy Train. I can't think of a better way to end that concert. Now, before Ozzy performed, or Black Sabbath performed, Black Sabbath and Ozzy were the headliner. There was quite a few other bands performing. The main ones were Mastodon, Anthrax, Lamb of God, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Gojira, Pantera, Slayer, Metallica, and then, of course, Black Sabbath, and Ozzy as a solo artist finished it off. What a fantastic day it must have been. I wish I could have been there. Of course, I wasn't there, but Black Sabbath is one of those bands that not only did they start it all, but they inspired a movement. They inspired so many other bands to move forward with ideas of heavier riffs, heavier bass lines, heavier drumming, and more syncopated drumming. Like Bill Ward's drumming on The Wizard is phenomenal. If you're a young musician and you're not familiar with the song The Wizard, check it out. The drumming, the first time I heard it, it made my head spin. The drumming is so great. Just fantastic stuff. Now, what does Sabbath mean to me? Well, my brother was a big Sabbath fan. And it was through him that I first heard Sabbath when I was, 5, 6, 7 years old. Probably around 1970, 71, I'm going to guess. I'm not 100% sure, but around that time was the first time that I really heard Sabbath. And then when I was around 10, I actually started to listen to them on my own. And then, of course, the rest is history. I've always been a huge fan. So this performance, this concert, really special to anyone that's a Black Sabbath and Ozzy fan. Now, I've seen Ozzy perform. I met Ozzy. I met Tony Iommi. I've had moments with those guys where I actually spoke to them, which was really cool. I've never met, the other guys in the band, Ozzy's band, the other members of the band that Ozzy played with. in terms of his solo stuff was Tommy Clufidis, Zach Wild. Tommy, of course, on drums. What an incredible player that guy is. The way he moves, the constant, arm movements that he does. He's such an incredible showman, and he never misses a beat. I can't play like him in terms of the way that, they're big arm styles, and that's the Moeller technique essentially, but they just take it to the max. So we had guitarist Zach Wild, keyboardist Adam Wakeman, and bassist Mike Inez. So that made up the rest of Ozzy's band for his solo stuff. Both bands played amazing. Like I said, Ozzy sang really well, and it was a great night. I'd love it if you guys could leave some comments and let me know if you've seen Sabbath or Ozzy, your favorite songs. Let's just start up a little discussion about this, because what an absolutely monumental day. Now, I know that a lot of people think that well, bands do these things for money and whatnot, but unfortunately, you are wrong in this circumstance. All the money apparently is going to some hospital in Birmingham, a charity in Birmingham, England. So nobody got paid. Now, obviously, expenses are always going to get paid because they got to travel, they got to get there, but they didn't actually get paid for the actual performances, which is pretty cool when bands do that, I have to admit. Now, Ozzy did not stand up during the performance. He sat down the whole time in his throne, Ozzy's, throne of evil, whatever you want to call it. He did not stand up. You could tell that he wanted to stand up, but Parkinson's disease has taken away his ability, unfortunately, to stand. And it's come on quite strong. He's had it for quite some time, but the last year and a half has really hit him hard, and now he's unable to stand. I mean, he may be able to stand for a short period of time, but certainly not long enough to perform. That's for sure. I'm not sure exactly if he can even stand up at all, to be totally honest, because he tried to get up a few times, but the whole time he stayed down in the chair. He did not get up. So if you guys know a little bit more information about that, let me know. Can Ozzy stand up even for a second? I'm not sure. I didn't see him stand up at all. He was in that chair, and he got escorted in, put in the chair, and then the chair got pushed back into place, and it stayed there for the remainder of the show. So it had a sold-out attendance. About 40,000 people showed up for this concert, and what a way to end your career. So this time around, I actually believe it when Ozzy says, this is it. This is the last time I'm ever going to play with Sabbath. It's the last time I'm ever going to play on my solo stuff. This is one of the times, because normally I don't believe this. This time I do, because of his Parkinson's, and he's been having a lot of health issues with the life that he's led. I mean, it surprises me in some ways that he's even still alive, but with the health issues that he's now having, I believe him when he says that is it. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to get on here real quick and just inform you that I believe it was live streamed on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's still there. I think it's only being put up for short periods of time, but you can watch fan videos, people that were at the show, they're filming stuff. So check it out. And it's the end of an era. It's bittersweet for me. I mean, it's kind of sad because that's it. I know that I'll never get to see Sabbath or Ozzy perform live again. But at the same time, I respect them that they realize that, the body only has a certain shelf life. And while the mind can carry on, the body can sometimes say, sorry, pal, it's time to pack it in. And Ozzy has come to that point where he's decided, I've had enough. Now, the other guys look pretty good. Even 78-year-old Bill Ward. He actually, he's put some weight on, whatever. He's got that giant belly on him. But he actually didn't look too bad. He played well. The other two, Geezer and Tony, they looked amazing. Those guys are going to live forever. So, those guys have always looked after themselves. They've never changed. They always look the same. And Tony Iommi, the guy doesn't age. He's ageless. He's another Keith Richards type guy. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And as always, keep drumming. See ya.